So back out in the woods, as you might expect. Yeah, camped here last night. This is a spot I've been to before. I've actually made a video here. But yeah, not too crazy far from town. Here at this little campsite pull-off right here on this forestry road. Yeah, got some coffee made already and gearing up for the day ahead. So this is gonna be one of those where I have a few days off, which is really nice because it gives me a chance to go out a little bit further and stay a little bit longer, which is always fun. But yeah, I've got to go back into town before I start this this adventure today. But after that, I want to go to a campsite called Pine Glen, and it is in the northern section of the Talladega National Forest, and it's actually a campground. You know, little campsites, fire rings and tables and bathrooms, that kind of thing. But it's situated right on a trail, so that's great for getting out and stretching the legs and seeing some neat scenery. But yeah, I woke up this morning to an interesting bit of evidence on the van. Here, let me show you. So I don't know if you can see that, but there is a little bit of pollen on the van right now. Not a lot, but it's enough to notice. And yeah, so under these pines right now, I imagine that's where it came from. But yeah, so I know a lot of you are probably not fans of pollen because of allergies and all of that. I don't love the stuff, but there is one thing about pollen that makes me really happy, especially at this time of year, and that's that it's changing. You know, the weather's warming up and the trees and the plants are starting to wake on up, and I'm excited about that. I enjoy it when that starts to happen and winter starts its gradual fade out into spring. Sort of the wheel of the year is turning, and that pollen is a telltale sign that yeah, spring is not too far. Alright, well, workout done, shower done. Now all I have to do is a little bit of laundry and then swing by Walmart for some food, and then I'll be on my way back to the forest. All right, well, all of the errands are done now, so I'm ready to get out of town and get back to the woods. So I ended up being in town a little bit longer than I meant to. It's after 2:30 now, but I am on the way, so that's the main thing. Yeah, if I remember correctly, Pine Glen, I've only ever been there once, but it was over an hour away. Kind of like I've said in the past videos, it's not that it's crazy far, but once you get to the forest roads, I end up slowing down a good bit. It's a beautiful day. It's about 80 degrees right now, so I'm in a good place. This is about right where I like it temperature-wise. It is supposed to rain the next couple of days. It's been raining a lot the last 2 weeks, but yeah, I don't mind it so much. And I know the landscape doesn't mind it, so. Yeah, so I'm coming up on a really rough patch of forest road here. Luckily though, it doesn't last very long, this rough patch. I'm gonna have to get a little creative, weaving and maneuvering through some of these rough spots, but once I get past this little area, it should be fairly smooth sailing. Alright, so as far as I remember, that should have been the worst of the ruts on the way to Pine Glen. So yeah, I think it should be pretty clear from here on out, but I'll find out. Maybe the rain has washed out the road in spots, I don't know. So as usual, I don't know what to expect when I get to Pine Glen. Because the weather is a little warmer, I suspect that there probably will be at least a couple people out there, at least. But there were quite a few campsites there, so I should be able to find something, even if there are people there. It's Wednesday today, so middle of the week, that'll probably help out with the number of people being there. Might not be so many midweek like this, but I don't know. In the past videos, when I've tried to go to a campsite, for one reason or another, I've been turned around. Either it was closed, like at Coleman Lake, or I just changed my mind at the last minute. So yeah, I'm hoping to get to Pine Glen and find a good spot to set up for the night, but you never know. Yeah, it looks like they've been doing some controlled burning here recently. I see some smoke up there over the hill. It's probably still on fire a little bit. I wonder if Pine Glen will be closed for that reason. Maybe they're burning down there too. I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually not very far from where I started this morning. I'm just coming in from the other side. But yeah, this morning when I was leaving, or actually before I left, a bunch of forestry folks came up this way. So I guess that's what they're doing today. Just out here monitoring the controlled burn. Yeah, I've even passed some just now, coming through. Those folks, I guess they have to stay out here as long as it's burning, just to make sure everything's, you know, good and the fire doesn't get anywhere it's not supposed to go. Yeah, it can kind of be a startling thing coming across a controlled burn. Back in South Georgia a couple years ago, I was hiking out in a WMA, and I had been exploring it for months. And one day I went out there, and when I got a couple miles down in, the whole place was on fire. And I mean, I knew they did controlled burns out there, but that was the first time I'd ever seen one. And yeah, I mean, it was on fire. Everything was smoldering, kind of like here. And because I hadn't encountered that before, I ended up calling just to make sure like they knew it was still on fire. I just didn't know kind of, you know, how they did things. But the Rangers, when I called, they assured me, they're like, oh yeah, we got technicians out there, don't worry about it. They're monitoring everything, and yeah, we're watching it closely. So yeah, the folks over at the Department of Forestry have had quite a lot of experience with this kind of thing. It's like I said in the last video, I'd love to get a close-up look at how they do it, you know, how exactly they manage it. And I don't know for sure, but I imagine they probably time it right here in the spring, or coming into spring, when the rains are pretty steady. Like I said, tomorrow and the next day it's supposed to be raining on and off. So yeah, that would cool it down very quickly, I think. All right, here it is. So gonna see what we're dealing with here. If it's open or if it's closed. Well, it looks like the gate is open, at least. And I see some other people around. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. So this is Pine Glen. Got a little table, something I'm not used to. A little fire ring going on. Yeah, I'm right here at the very back of the campgrounds, and yeah, the fire is burning pretty close. You can see it up on the hill. It's actually still on fire a little bit. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking right now, is this guy seriously about to camp in the middle of a controlled burn? It doesn't seem very smart. Well, if you've watched any of my past videos, you'll probably know I'm not the smartest person, and I don't always make the wisest decisions, so I'm gonna try it. I know that the fire could creep down that hill pretty fast if the wind changed, or just on its own through the pine straw there. The air's not terribly bad. It seems like the burn is kind of, I don't know, maybe on the tail end of things. But yeah, if that fire does start creeping down the hill, obviously I will be moving out of here pretty fast. But yeah, we'll see what happens. This is a new one for me. Yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised that the campsite wasn't closed, that the gates were open today. There weren't any signs either. So I don't know if maybe they just haven't put the signs out yet saying this, you know, this campground is closed today because of the burn. Yeah, I really don't know what the case is. I guess that they could still come through here this evening and tell people to clear out. There's one other group here, a few camp spots away, and like I said, no signs. The gates were open. Now it's just a matter of personal preference, I suppose. Whether or not you want to camp in the middle of a controlled burn. But yeah, I really don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I know it's not advisable. It's definitely not the smartest place I could choose tonight, but again, if the fire gets any closer to where I am right here, yeah, I will not hesitate to pull out and find a spot that's a little less hot. So yeah, I gotta say, I really am not used to having a nice little table set up like this. It's a nice change of pace. I might have to get a table for the van. It's just so easy. But yeah, let me show you what I got going for dinner tonight. Yeah, so I've got the broccoli on the boil at the moment, and gonna do something with that combined with one of my favorites, my go-to broccoli cheese And I do want to do something with these egg whites as well. I know it probably doesn't seem like a crazy good combination, but it's like I've said before, all I need is passable, and I'm not that picky. Howdy. Sorry? Okay, yeah. I mean, I know the control burn's going on, but yeah, I said I was wondering myself. I know the control burn's going on. I didn't see the Yeah, so I just met that really cool couple. They group over there a few campsites away. Yeah, really nice folks. They asked if I'd watch their stuff while they headed to the store. They even asked if I needed anything, which was super sweet. But yeah, they invited me over to come hang out when they get back. I don't know if I'll be awake by then. It's getting later in the evening now. But yeah, either way, it was super sweet. That's what I mean about Alabama, man. Just haven't had many negative interactions, so. All right, well, it's getting a little later, and I am back in the van, probably fixing to think about going to sleep here pretty soon. It's so warm, and it's been so warm the past few nights that I've been able to keep the back hatch open while I sleep, just enjoy the night that way. So I want to do that again tonight, but if it starts raining, I'm sure I'll wake up and have to close it up. But yeah, I guess I'll see you in the morning. So the rain did end up moving in about 3 a.m. But yeah, I was able to keep the hatch open until then. It was really nice. And yeah, really good sleep. But yep, fixing to tidy up the van and get some coffee going. I was somehow able to check the weather. I don't have any service, but one bar slipped through, and it does say that it might be raining here in about an hour, and then it looks like there's quite a bit of rain to come today. But you never know. You never know. That could change. So I want to get this coffee going before it gets wet out here. But yeah, let's see what happens. So it's been a little while. It's been over an hour, and the rain is still coming down. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of the day. I don't really want to commit to a hike, even if the rain breaks. I'm afraid that there might just be more of it coming, and maybe heavier too. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna get into. But even if I have to stay in the van today, I could do a lot worse as far as spots go. Yeah, this is pretty nice here at Pine Glen. Yeah, the burn, of course, the burn is out, at least right here. I don't know about in the rest of the forest, but it was pretty much out by dark last night. And yeah, that rain early this morning probably finished off any smoldering bits. But yeah, no, I've been thinking more about that controlled burn that was going on yesterday. And yeah, you know, I don't know a lot about it, like I've said. I know that the forestry people have their reasons for doing that kind of thing. Probably many that I'm just not aware of. I think I've heard somewhere that part of what they're trying to do is mimic the natural process of like natural forest fires, to clear the debris on the ground. And I think I've heard that when that happens, certain plants, certain seeds, they need that signal, that fire and that heat in order to sprout. It sort of gives them the signal that, you know, the coast is clear to go ahead and come on up. So that's probably part of the reason why they do that. And yeah, they know, obviously they know a lot more about it than I do. I need to research it more. But yeah, last night I got to thinking about you know, just all that's involved in a burn like that. Obviously the bigger animals can clear out and get away from the flames, but then you think about all the little life, you know, the insects and the frogs and everything that just kind of is under the leaves. Things that just, the little guys that just can't move very fast and didn't escape the flames. I know that obviously the forestry folks are aware of all that, and you know, it's a calculated thing. They're well aware of the costs that come with doing a burn like that, and it happens naturally anyway in forest fires. But yeah, you don't always think about, and I didn't think about it when I was looking at it yesterday, but you don't always think about the little ones that just can't get out in time. And all the little life that didn't make it to see this rainy day. And that is by no means a criticism of what the forestry folks are doing. They know a lot more about it than I do, again. But I feel like I can't help but acknowledge that, yeah, the destruction that is sort of unavoidable in a situation like that. But you know, that's the funny thing about nature, and you know this already, I'm sure, but it's interesting to think about how life itself is it seems to be just built on destruction. You know, that makes room for new life to come about, and it's just part of the balance of things. You know, it kind of has to happen, as far as I can tell. In fact, I don't think you can go through life without harming something somewhere down the chain. You can try, you know, you can try to reduce the amount of harm that you do, but at the end of the day, I think it's just unavoidable. You know, if you're alive, you know, you're doing harm to something somewhere, whether you're aware of it or not. You can't walk through the woods without stepping on insects, stepping on things, and you know, but yeah, and that's not to get I don't mean to get too philosophical about it, but it does seem like life is built on the bones of those that came before, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud. Now, some of you might not be fans of insects or the creepy crawlies under the leaves that didn't make it out of the flames yesterday, but you know, and some people will say, oh, there's no conscious experience going on at that level of life, so, you know, what does it matter? I tend to think that there probably is some form of experience there, even on, you know, the insect level of things. I still think that there's like some experience of the world there. I doubt that it's anything like, you know, what larger animals experience. It's probably something very different. But there probably are some similarities between the experiences, and you know, it's easy to think, oh, what does it matter? You know, it's just insects. But I would almost guarantee you that it mattered to them when those flames were closing in. But again, that's by no means a criticism of what the forestry department is doing. I do think it's a calculated thing, and I know they're well aware of all of that. I think they're thinking of the long-term situation and the health of the forest, and the bigger picture kind of a thing. But yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to acknowledge, yeah, the ones that didn't make it out. thinking more about, just the balance of life and the life that just comes and goes, and it arises and then falls and then makes way for new life. And all of those little stories that we'll just never know about, all those little experiences of the world that they're just closed off to us. We just don't have access to them. But it makes me think of a song, and one line in the song, it's talking about the wind, and it says, "The wind is just the sound of our brothers and sisters, loved ones, and those that will never know." And I don't know what makes me think of that song, but I don't know. It's just interesting that it's true, all of that's in the air. The story of life, the ones that have come and the ones that are on their way, it's all in the air, and it's all, doing its thing, and we won't know about so much of it, kind of like in this burn, the little stories that ended yesterday, we just won't know about, and then all the ones that are yet to come after that we won't know about either, but doesn't change the fact that they're there, they're there in the wind, in the earth, just they've either already come or they're on their way, and they're not quite here yet, but stories everywhere you look. Yes, speaking of recycled life, check out this feast going on. Yeah, the fungi is at work. Decomposers recycling this material, breaking it down and turning it back into other usable things. Well, it appears I was wrong about the fire being out here. Looks like this old pine stump is still smoldering pretty good. You can smell the turpentines. I guess it's got quite a lot in there still. So it looks like Buddy made it through the burn. Buddy made it through. All right, it's about 1 o'clock now, and yeah, I've been hanging out at the van here for the last little while. So I think rather than staying here another night, I'll probably keep on going down the road. I've never been the other way, so I might try that out and see what I can find that way. Well, thank you, Pine Glen. That was pretty great. You know, there for a minute when the rain stopped, I just about went for a hike. I almost tried it. But I'm glad that I didn't, because it's coming down pretty good right now. Yeah, so I have no idea what I'm gonna find to the left here. I know where this road comes out, but I don't know how it is going, so I'm gonna give it a try at least. Dang, I just saw a massive turkey fly across the road here. Oh man, that one was massive. I don't think I've seen a turkey that big before. Wonder where it went. Wow, just disappeared. They're pretty good at that. Sweetwater recreation area. I haven't even seen this one on the map. I might have missed it, but It's interesting. Well, I had to back on out of there. That road got a little too dicey, unfortunately, but yes, Sweetwater Lake. It kind of sounds familiar, but I just don't remember seeing it on the map. It's kind of neat. You know, ever since I've been driving, I've always enjoyed doing this right here. Just riding dirt roads and seeing where they go, you know? It's really exciting because a lot of times you will find things that you just had no idea were out there. And it's even more exciting now that I'm in the van and I can pretty much camp, you know, wherever I can find room out in the forest. Yeah, you just never know what's over the hill. Pendergrass Hunt Camp. I wonder if I could make it back in here. Honestly, doesn't look too rough from here. I might try it. Yeah, shoot, I kind of like this. I didn't know about this place, but I do now. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, I just checked to make sure, and this one is not on the map at all. Not the maps I've been using. So nice little surprise. Just over the hill, which is pretty cool. The rain, I think it's gonna keep on coming for a while. It's almost 2 o'clock now, so yeah, just gonna hang out in the van, I think. Nothing too crazy, unless it stops raining, in which case yeah, I can do some stuff outside here. Yeah, I don't have any service right here, but luckily before coming out here I was able to download a couple of movies. All of them are about haunted and or dangerous forests, so I think I just like to scare myself sometimes. But yeah, even in the van, in the middle of the forest, you can still enjoy a rainy day movie. So yeah, now that the rain has let up a little, I might go ahead and see if I can quickly cook up some dinner before it starts coming back down. I've got a little bit of spinach and some of the egg whites left. I'll probably throw that together here. Hopefully it doesn't, the bottom doesn't fall out on me in the process. You know, I'm really liking this little hunt camp so far. I really wish I had found it before now, because I think I would have been coming out here quite a bit. This is pretty much exactly my speed, pretty much exactly what I look for in a good campsite. The thing about the recreation spots and the little developed campgrounds like Pine Glen, they're beautiful, and you can meet some really cool people there. In fact, I have met some really neat people and had some great interactions at campsites. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I am certainly what you would call an introvert, so I enjoy just kind of being alone when I'm camping. That's not to say that I don't like interacting with people from time to time. Sometimes it's really nice, but this is what I tend to look for and look forward to most of the time, is just a quiet camp spot that I can have to myself. And I feel bad for saying that, because like I said, I've met some really cool people at campgrounds, but I can't change the fact that I'm an introvert and that I enjoy quite a lot of solitude. In fact, that's a big part of what drew me to the van life lifestyle, was the solitude that it promised. And yeah, this is definitely more of my speed of a campsite, I'll tell you that. So it looks like I've got a little moth roommate for the evening. But yeah, got the back hatch open, just enjoying the night a little bit while the rain is not coming down as hard. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky and get to keep it open all night, but we'll see.